Vice President Kashim Shettima meets the delegation from Denmark, led by the Danish Minister for Development Cooperation and Global Climate Policy, Mr. Dan Jørgensen. The closed-door meeting aims to enhance Nigeria's bilateral relations, aligning with the government's effort to diversify the economy in accordance with its energy transition plan and agenda. In a statement released by the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Communications, Office of the Vice President, Mr. Stanley Quarter, Senator Shettima says Nigeria's huge potentials in digital technology, the outsourcing industry and the clean energy sector will continue to incentivize investments in its energy transition plan and agenda to diversify the economy. He is quoted to have said, "Oil will still be relevant because of its other derivatives for the next decades, but as the primary driver of the economy, the role of oil will diminish in the coming years. This is why it is a priority for us to think out of the box to find alternatives. This is why we're looking for investments in digital technology, clean energy and other sectors." End of quote. Meanwhile, there was also a formal presentation of the report of the Presidential Committee on Flood Mitigation, Adaptation, Preparedness and Response to the Vice President.
Most of the flooding that we receive originate from within Nigeria due to high rainfall and the mobility of the water around our drainage patterns. So we try to look at that. I'm not saying that the report also didn't say that contribution from outside cannot add to flooding. But in most cases, it's not the reason for flooding in Nigeria. Because in some areas, they believe that River Benue, Niger are the ones causing. There are floods in the environments that have nothing to do with these rivers, especially in the north.
Meanwhile, the Danish government wants to assist Nigeria in resolving climate issues and the transition to clean energy.
We all know that we need to do more to fight climate change. Certainly that's obvious in Africa, in Nigeria, where climate change is already evident. But it will be even more so in the future. And Denmark is a country with a lot of experience in doing exactly that. So we've changed our own energy system so that we're moving away from oil and gas and coal and instead using renewables and deploying energy efficiency measures.
The Vice President also directed that the Committee on Flood Response Harmonization make a presentation of its report at the next meeting of the National Economic Council. From the Presidential Villa, Emperor Simon, Channels Television News.